Thank you for staying with us. Now, a group of Nigerian lawyers have called for the reconstitution of the Presidential Committee on National Population and Housing Census. Speaking under an umbrella body of Igbo lawyers, Otu Oka-Iwu, the group said that they were alarmed that the entire Southeast and South-South geopolitical zones and regions were excluded from the Presidential Committee. The group noted that national census determines representation in government, allocation of resources, among other things. Thus, the committee that will shape and oversee such a process, it should be inclusive of the Otu Oka-Iwu, said it is viewed this development as a subtle way of sidelining the regions in the governance and policy architecture of Nigeria. They are demanding immediate reconstitution of the Presidential Census Committee to reflect the true federal character of Nigeria and to include qualified and capable representatives from the Southeast and South-South zones, adding that anything short of this is unacceptable. Now, for more on this, I'm now joined by the president of Otu Oka-Iwu, Mazi Okechukwu Unegbu. He joins me now. Thank you so much, Mazi, for joining me.
Thank you very much. You are trying to pronounce the name. It's called Otu Oka-Iwu.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you for the correction.
Anyway.
All right, so
yes.
Moving on. Why do you believe the exclusion of certain regions from the Presidential Committee is intentional?
In fact, it's insensible because I don't see, census is a national issue. It's about population. Everybody should be involved. I do not know why the federal government deliberately, for all I know, removed the Southeast as well as the South-South from the committee set up, because it should be a representative thing involving everybody. So why should you remove a very important section of the community from the population census? It is not acceptable. It is not right. It is discriminatory. It is very, very, very unprogressive. And it doesn't talk for inclusion. It's rather a section of the country has been excluded from the census that concerns everybody. That is why we raised the issue.
Okay. Now, how do you think that this exclusion would affect the credibility or fairness of the 2025 census?
The point here is that I don't know who is advising the president what their mind is, how they look at the Southeast. Because, in fact, our concern was that it will be wrong, because if it is done, you are going to talk of enumeration of the entire region. Who is going to enumerate? Who is going to go there? Will the people allow it? So this is the issue that should concern Nigeria. If that is done, it may lead to some destabilizing the system, destabilizing the economy, destabilizing so many things. So why are you happy doing such a thing? That's why we are saying it is not right, and we are saying they should change now before it is too late.
All right, Mazi, now since you feel this is likely intentional, do you also fear that the census data could be manipulated or even skewed due to underrepresentation in the committee?
Yes, very much. It's been very much manipulated, because in fact, we have not had a census for over 20 years now, and the last one we had was also manipulated against a section of the Nigerian nation. If this one is done without a representation, there is no doubt that it will be manipulated against the Southeast. And this is the thing we are talking about. Include us there, include us in the committee, so that if we are there, we'll be able to see whether there is any form of manipulation and stop it. Otherwise, it will not be good for this country. It will not be good. It will not be good for Nigeria. It will be rather, in fact, it's an exclusion. And once you are excluded, it means you are not part of what is happening.
All right. Now, but how has the government responded to these accusations, accusations of regional bias or even exclusion?
Unfortunately, the government, through their spokespersons, are rather not happy that we raise the issue. They feel that we should be able to keep quiet and observe. And I was asking, why should we keep quiet, something that is supposed to be a national issue? And in fact, what we are saying, the governors in the Southeast, is that they need to establish an independent census board to safeguard regional interest. And we are very, very emphatic on this, because otherwise, if you are talking of a census, then let every region do its own census and submit to the national body, which is not the best. It should be something that is national enough. Otherwise, it is not the best, and it will be very, very unfortunate for such a thing, for government to continue to justify their very derogatory action against a section of the populace.
All right, Mazi, now just before we wrap up, what steps would you suggest to foster greater regional equity and transparency when it comes to national exercises like the census?
Number one is that they should immediately establish a committee that is representative enough, that includes the Southeast, the South-South, and all parts of Nigeria. That is the other thing they should do. And this thing is causing, this thing they have done is even causing misrepresentation in many sectors of the Nigerian economy. If you exclude the people, and if there's anything, they will not be happy to even join anything they are saying. Everybody will want to go away. That is one. And then there are several things they are doing which is not representative enough of the country. You must represent a country in all its ramifications. You cannot exclude a section of the country and you think you are doing the right thing. It is not. So the government should look back at what it has done and include the Southeast, South-South, so that you can now boast of a country. Otherwise, what you have done is to limit the country to the Southwest, partially to the Northeast and Northwest. And that's not the country. The country is supposed to be 6 geopolitical zones, and those geopolitical zones should all be involved in the national census. Excluding any zone is not the best thing for the country. It's not the best for the government to do. The government should be able to know that they have done the wrong thing, and they should now redress that issue, include the Southeast and South-South.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, sir, and for speaking to us on this.